It was a perfectly average morning when Norman decided to do something extremely unremarkable. He was going to count the tiles on his kitchen floor. Nothing special had happened that day. The sun was neither too bright nor too dull. The air was neither too warm nor too cold. It was simply fine. Norman liked fine days. They didn't demand anything from him. They just quietly existed, and that was enough. As he stood in the middle of the kitchen, Norman realized he had never really looked at his tiles properly. He had walked on them hundreds of times, but never once stopped to think, how many are there exactly? That small question lingered in his mind like a feather drifting in still air. So he decided, calmly and without any rush, that he would find out. He started at one corner of the room, right beside the refrigerator. The first tile was white, but not a bright white, more like a tired white that had seen too many mornings. He counted it softly. 1. The second tile was slightly chipped near the edge. He thought about fixing it once, but never got around to it. 2. The third tile had a faint stain shaped like a cloud. 3. Norman nodded slowly. This was going well. After 10 tiles, he stopped to think about whether to count across or down first. The floor was a perfect rectangle, but he wasn't sure which direction truly mattered. He took a deep breath, then decided to restart, just to be sure. He began again, this time from the opposite corner. It felt like a fresh beginning, though nothing had really changed. 1, 2, 3. His voice was barely above a whisper. The sound of his slow counting mixed with the hum of the refrigerator, creating a rhythm that was oddly peaceful. Norman reached tile number 16 and paused again. He wondered how many people in the world had ever counted their kitchen tiles. Probably not many, he thought. Maybe that made him unique, or maybe it didn't. Either way, he found comfort in knowing that nobody was rushing him. There was no deadline, no goal, no reward, just him and his tiles. As he moved closer to the sink, he noticed a small crumb on one of the tiles. It looked like a breadcrumb, but he wasn't sure. He thought about sweeping it up, but decided it wasn't in the way. So he counted it too, silently calling it 17.5. He smiled faintly at his own logic. The floor felt cool under his feet, smooth and slightly dusty, and that simple texture somehow made the moment feel grounded. When he reached the far side of the kitchen, Norman realized he had forgotten the number he was on. Was it 24 or 26? It didn't really matter. He looked at the tiles again, sighed softly, and decided to start over for accuracy. This time, he planned to mark each tile with a tiny pencil dot as he went along. That way, he wouldn't lose count. He searched for a pencil in the drawer, but all he found was a pen that didn't work. He scribbled a few times on a piece of paper to check, then gave up. Maybe he didn't need a pencil after all. He started again, a little slower this time. 1, 2. His mind began to wander. He thought about how each tile had been carefully placed by someone years ago. A person had probably knelt down on this very floor, one tile at a time, pressing each into the mortar, making sure they lined up perfectly. That must have taken patience, he thought, a quiet kind of patience, the kind he was feeling now. He kept counting, 30, 31, 32, until his voice became almost a hum. The numbers blurred into one another. His eyelids felt heavier with each count. The world outside was silent. Even the refrigerator hum seemed slower now, as if it too had grown tired of listening. Norman blinked once, then twice, and let his mind drift between thoughts that didn't matter, like whether he should mop the floor tomorrow, or maybe next week, or maybe never. When he finally reached the last tile, he felt no excitement, no sense of completion, just quiet satisfaction that the floor was still there, holding him up, square by square, exactly as it always had. He whispered, "That's enough counting for today," and looked across the smooth, silent floor. It looked no different than before, yet somehow it felt calmer, softer, almost sleepy. Norman turned off the kitchen light, yawned once, and walked slowly toward his bedroom. He didn't rush, he didn't need to. The world could wait, because somewhere between tile number 1 and tile number 32, he had already begun to drift, gently, into sleep.